Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to sunny Darlington County, Darlington Raceway, here for the for the Full Throttle Sim Racing Victory Fuel Cup Series here on Full Throttle Television. My name's Brody Hanna. In the booth with me tonight is Tony Solari. And Tony, we are at the track Too Tough to Tame. Somebody's got to tame it tonight, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've got a pretty good round of guys out there. I'm looking at, 27, I think is the tallest number I see there. And, yeah, somebody's going to tame this thing. And it's a tough track. That's why it's too tough.
It is a track that can be too tough to tame. Some call it the Lady in Black. Look at our track description here of the track. It's egg-shaped. 1 and 2, kind of a little bit wider than 3 and 4. You can kind of run wide open through the middle of the corner, 1 and 2. You get down to 3 and 4, though, you got to whoa it down, get it close to that wall, get that run off the corner. It can be a very tricky track where everybody's right up against the wall, and one small mistake will land you in the wall and get that coveted Darlington stripe here tonight.
Yeah, this is definitely a track where you want to stay off the wall, but it's known for people tapping the wall and scraping the wall and getting up to the wall. And, even though it looks so big on the surface, it's a very tight ribbon around this place, and it does not leave a lot of racing room. Passing is going to be a premium here. You're going to see a lot of guys maybe dip down in the front straight and the back straight, just maybe to allow somebody to get by. But it is that's one of the reasons why it's too tough to tame. It's just there's not a lot of room out there, and you're going pretty fast, and both corners are so opposite of each other. It's nuts. It's a nuts track. Not one of my favorites.
All right, looking at coming off last week at Las Vegas, where Brandon Fetterplace gets it done with Nick Alfred, and the week before they were swapped out front. Those two have really been on a tear so far, really racking up some solid finishes. They're going to try to continue tonight at Darlington. Of course, David Duran there in third, had a great run. Victor Pfluger, Alexander Hodge in the top 5. A solid race last week at Las Vegas, but this is a completely different beast. But those guys coming in with some momentum, hoping to continue it tonight.
Well, it's still a mile and a half, and I don't know if you're going to be overly shocked when we actually start reading off the lineup here for in Q. But yeah, it's they've got their stuff really dialed in right now, and they've been showing it off all week or all month really, and it looks like they might continue again.
Looking at the points, of course, it reflects that from those guys having success up front. Richie Coy in third, trying to hang on there to that third place. Came in as the points leader 2 weeks ago. Kind of slipped the last couple of weeks, had some issues, slips to third. Victor Pfluger in fourth. You got Tim Wortman, Mr. Consistency there in fifth spot. Brian Dixon in sixth spot, having a great run season for him so far as well. A lot of guys in the top 10 trying to make a statement here tonight. Maybe grab some of those points, those extra points you get for wins.
Yeah, there's a pretty good mixed bag up front. I mean, yeah, a lot of the guys that we normally don't see up front are in that top 10 right now. And season's not necessarily early, but we're kind of in that middle run of the season right now. And, points are starting to really shape up. I mean, you still got, top 5 are within about 50 points of each other. So really anything can happen. And when we keep getting these decent field sizes, that's when the points can really shift quite large.
Yeah, and we are kind of in the midpoint of the race. Actually, after tonight, we'll be at halfway. Or right thereabouts with Darlington under the, then we have Martinsville. That should be an interesting one for sure. Everybody kind of holding their breath for that one. Rockingham, Bristol, couple 3 short tracks right there in a row. You can see some of the short track specialists kind of show up there.
Yeah, the next couple of weeks, I mean, after they get through this too tough to tame race, yeah, it's going to be a tough couple of weeks with those short tracks. I mean, Rockingham is really the biggest of the short tracks coming up. So, but then it gets down to the normal groove of some mile and a halfs back again, and then I know we got the Watkins Glen coming up towards the end of the season too. So they just got to get through these 4 races pretty clean, and we'll see where everybody stacks up here.
Really looking forward to the next couple races, but really looking forward to tonight's race. I'm sorry we've got a few throwbacks out there as well to kind of highlight. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a great one here. Going to be an exciting one. If you guys are watching, make sure to like and subscribe as well. It really helps us out when you do so. And I hope you enjoy tonight's event here, the Darlington 200 for this Victory Fuel Cup Series. We're going to throw it over to our starting lineup for tonight's race. And on pole tonight, it's going to be the 95. That is, the 94. That is Tyler Bowers taking the pole in his Toyota. It's going to be an all Hot Lap Heroes front row as Nick Alford takes a second spot there on the front row. Starting P3, The number 34 Toyota, that is Brendan Fetter Place. High Lap Heroes 1, 2, 3 to start this one. The Toyotas are strong. Gavin Ruff with a great run out there in 4th spot in his number 99 Chevrolet, the first of the Chevys. 5th spot goes to the 33, that is Ben Tracy in the Dunkin' Donuts machine. 6th spot to the 21, that is Victor Fluger in the number 21 Chevrolet. The Toyota of J.P. Burns in that 18. He's been quick, just hasn't yet got the finish he deserves. Going to roll off 7th spot. To his outside, the 19, Victory Fuel Ford of Richie Coy starting P8. 9th spot going to go to Jonathan Atkins, and starting beside him is going to be the 83 of Tim Wortman.
All right, starting 11th, we have Julio Villalobos Jr. in car 45. Then you have Cameron King in car 92 starting 12th. Stephen Hollingsworth starting 13th in car 84. Derek Catt starting 14th in car 29. Mason Hoffner, car 30, starting in 15th. Jeff Chandler, car 31, starting 16th. We got a 29, 30, 31 in a row there. You have David Durant's car 51 in the 17th spot. Brian Dixon, 03 in the 18th spot. Lewis Meglin, car 43 in the 19th spot. Wyatt Hunley in car 22 in the 20th spot. Wayne Grossi in the 7 car in the 21st spot. Then you have Casey McMullen, 22nd spot in the 72. James Torrey in the 23rd spot in the 6. Ryan Huff in car 93 in the 24th spot. Joshua Gaiman in the 25th spot in car 61. Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., car 12 in the 26th spot. And then rounding out the 27 car field, we got Brian Bliss in car number 8. And yeah, a lot of throwbacks out there I'm looking at here.
All right, we're going to highlight them as we go, but the pace car peels off. It's going to be Tyler Bowers, Nick Alford bringing them down for the start here at Darlington, getting ready for 147 laps of racing action here at Darlington Raceway, waiting for the green flag. Green flag flies, and here we go. We're racing here at Darlington.
Man, there's a little bit of a checkup in the back of the field there, way at the back. A couple guys scattering. James Torrey, I mean, even all the way back to Brian Bliss there.
Everybody trying to find somewhere to ride here. These cars are hard to handle as they head down the backstretch for the first time. Down into turn 3, Tyler Bowers leads it. Nick Alford second. Brandon Fetter placed in third.
Yeah, the front pack really single filed out, and we only got a little bit of a double wide action there. Although they're starting to single file out. I was looking at Richie Coy and even the 83 of Tim Wortman Jr. But they all single filed now as well. This is one of those tracks where you want to just kind of find your line and maybe race the track. Don't really try to race too many other guys out there.
Some of the guys willing to give up a little bit of track position here just to find a place to ride back there in the back. You see Wayne Grossi making a move around a couple of guys. Wyatt Huntley going around Joshua Gaiman, going around, who's that? Mason Hoffner back there. Really is. Tyler Bauer still up front, though.
Yeah, he got that lead, got the pole, and his teammates going 1, 2, 3, and they're out there. It's like they're just logging some laps here, which is really what you got to do. Again, you want to really just race this track. It's you don't want to get bogged down with trying to, set up a pass. I mean, and two, if you are going to try to set up a pass, you really got to kind of methodically pick your poison and how you're going to do it. It's very difficult here.
Mack has worked his way around Cameron King. That's for 10th spot, losing to the 10th position. Looks like down one spot from where he started, so just trying to find someone to ride here. Again, everybody just single file trying to survive. The first stage is only 35 laps, so they're going to make it to lap 35 here to get the stage break and get those stage points.
Yeah, and we'll see if I know some guys were complaining about some of the car handling. I know if you tap the wall, you might get a little damage too. So you definitely want to take care of your stuff and maybe make an adjustment if you need to. When that yellow flies for the stage.
The front of everything kind of spaced out, all calm and collected. Richie Coy kind of looks briefly to the inside of Fluger, but they've decided to hold off that battle here.
Well, that's what I was just talking about. Yeah, you really got to kind of pick your poison and really kind of figure out how and when you want to pass. And sometimes, too, maybe just sticking your nose out, letting the guy in front of you know that, I might be making a look here, one or two, if you don't get it moving. And, it's just a good kind of racing etiquette out there to have. You definitely don't want to kind of throw it in there because that could always end very badly.
Here's your top three, just kind of running out there by themselves. Fourth, Kevin Ruff, Ben Tracy in fifth. Like I said, everybody just trying to settle in here. Although Wortman's starting to work towards the back bumper of the 19 Koi. Or sorry, Villalobos working towards the back of the 19.
Yeah, and he got Wortman behind him, and actually,
Tyler Bowers just disappeared. Our leader has disappeared.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's back. He is back.
Yeah. I was going to say too, he's pulled out a bit of a lead. I mean, he was only about 2/10 ahead of his teammates a couple laps ago, and now he's up to about 5/10.
Something happened to Ryan Huff off the corner. Ryan Huff.
He gets loose. Tyler Bowers wrecks right in front of his teammate Nick Alford.
He is sitting sideways on the track. No caution yet as he sits to the inside of the racing surface. He's going to turn it around and get it going. No caution. At the same time you were saying that, Ryan Huff had an issue as well. Tyler Bowers, some serious damage there. He's now blinking out again. Got to wonder if that connection issue's having issues, caused that to happen.
Well, he got really loose coming out of turn 2 and couldn't gather it up, and unfortunately,
something happened to Nick Alford at the same time as well.
Well, Nick Alford actually, he kind of hit the back of Tyler there.
All right, let's go back and look at Best Twin Tire and Auto Care Instant Replay. See what happened to Tyler Bowers coming off turn 2 here. Gets loose. Oh, up into the wall, across the track, and you're right in front of Nick Alford. Nick right in the back of Tyler Bowers. That's going to be some serious damage for sure for him.
Yeah, I mean, man, coming into this race looking like the top dogs, and now you got two that are, well, obviously Tyler Bowers, it looks like he's out. He's in the pits right now.
Yeah, Bowers out.
He towed.
Let's right on board with Tyler Bowers here. We're through 1 and 2. Up against the wall. He hits the wall in the middle of the corner. That gets him off kilter there. Tries to save it. Slams the outside wall and then gets slammed from behind by the 98 coming down the track. Big deal.
Yeah, that's a rough night. Well, I mean, it gives the lead to their teammate now, Brandon Fetterplace.
At the same time that was happening, here's the 93 coming off turn 4, I believe it is, having an issue. Just loses it off the corner, straight to the inside wall, slams the inside wall there, comes to a stop and tows. He is also out of the event tonight as well.
Yeah, a hit like that's definitely going to kind of mess up your car for sure, and there's no point in trying to get back out there. Again, this is a very tough track. I know it's not really some guys really love this place. Some guys really don't love this place, and there's a good reason why a lot of guys don't like it.
I like the track, but it can be very difficult and can bite you at any point as well. Yeah, very challenging. This hands the lead over to the 34. Brandon Fetterplace going to take over the lead from his two teammates there. So Fetterplace takes over the lead. Kevin Ruff second, then Tracy third. This is the battle back here for about 5th on back. They kind of queued up behind the 19 Koi, but now you see Villalobos being heated up by Tim Wortman and the 83 behind him.
Yeah, everybody kind of got a good space out there, but that Wortman battle is starting to heat up there with Julio.
It's a throwback on the 83 Tim Wortman there. Nice looking paint scheme there. The winds, purple colors. You can't miss it out there on track.
No, yeah, it's a good shade of purple out there. Yeah, very much in your face compared to everybody else out there on the track right now. It looks like our leaders too. They actually went around Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. Senior sitting 5 laps down. I don't know if he missed the start. He was out there logging laps.
He had some issues early on.
He did stay out of the way. He kind of he went down into the infield area. But man, Ben Tracy, I think, just kind of rubbed the wall. Sitting in 3rd right now.
Yeah, I think he hit it on accident as well there. I'm trying to board the Dunkin' Donuts machine here.
Looking at that 19 though, he's 2 cars back. He's really diving it in. He's trying to get to that bumper of Fluger there. Looks like he's definitely running a different line than Victor, but trying to get up there.
I know in racing they say catching somebody is one thing, passing is another. It is no more true than it is here at Darlington for sure. This is a narrow groove. It's hard to set up your passes on exit. You can dive in there, but sometimes that doesn't work out, especially in turn 1. You see some guys dive in there, wash up the track, and cause a wreck. So when you say catching is one thing, passing is another, that should be the motto here at Darlington.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one thing to pass them, but yeah, when you actually get to that bumper, what do you do with them? Because a lot of times, too, there's really just not very many opportune spots to try to make that pass. And I don't know, Richie's kind of struggling. I don't know if he's still searching for speed out there, but Victor is way closer to him than he was a couple laps ago.
And if your car's not right, the worst thing that can happen is some guys start putting pressure on you from behind. At this point, especially early on, early in this stage, you want to kind of avoid the pressure that's being put on behind you, but you can't give these positions up because they're worth points. You know, that's kind of the catch-22 you're in here early in this race.
Well, yeah, and that is the beauty of being hard to pass, or at least having the track that's hard to pass at, because yeah, they could catch you, but they're going to have to be careful of trying to get by you, and it might buy you a lap or two staying out in front of them if you are struggling a little bit.
17 laps in the book. It's kind of halfway to the stage here right now. Oh, you see Villalobos. We were on board with him. Get a little loose on the exit there. It's just so slick out there right now. It's hard for these guys to get that grip.
Yeah, but a lot of guys are doing a pretty good job. I mean, obviously we saw a couple of accidents already. No cautions or no yellows yet, but for the most part, as we're starting to get to lap 20 here, these guys are running pretty decent and clean out here.
This guy's just trying to hang on to Villalobos, getting the pressure from the 83 once again. Tim Wortman looks like he's a little quicker, just cannot find a way around the 21, the 45 right now. I'm so used to him. He's not the 21. Fluker's the 21. I can get mixed up.
Yeah. I had to go back to Nick Alford here, and he's in 8th spot right now. He's under fire with Cameron King right behind him, and yeah, he's got some severe nose damage. I know he's dying to get back in the pits, maybe try to get some of that fixed up here. He's still in it. I mean, he's still in that top 10, which is didn't hurt him too bad, but you could tell he's kind of struggling a little bit.
Yeah. Hanging in there for sure.
Well, I'm checking out the chat here. I got Mom out there saying hello. She says we sound great. That's interesting. And then Doyle Lawrence is out there for rooting on Jeff Chandler. Hello, Doyle. And he said he didn't get Jeff a throwback scheme. Well, Brian Bliss is running a Jeff Gordon throwback scheme. So I know you're talking about Jeff Chandler, but if you want a Jeff scheme out there, go check out Brian. And then Tyler Bauer's actually in chat as well, and he's saying he had a bad latency issue, and the wall moved in turn and shot me off of it. Yeah.
You gotta watch those walls, man. They jump out in front of you.
Well, yeah, you disappeared for a few seconds there, and yeah, it wasn't. And Ed Boyle is in there saying McDonald's Wi-Fi. Yeah, maybe he's in the Starbucks chat cafe trying to do some super.
Happy to have you guys on board watching along with us as well. Yeah, that's a tough break for Tyler, man. At least I'll say this to Tyler. At least if you're going to go out, at least go out leading. You know what I mean? So he was up front, had the speed, had the car. It's heartbreaking to have something happen to you, especially when you're out there leading. But at least you showed up and you showed them in qualifying and in the beginning of this race that you had a quick car. Just unfortunately some mechanical issues, some internet issues kind of took you out of that one.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to take the pole away from you. So, I mean, kudos to you on that one. I believe he says, yeah, he's got Cox internet, which I'm not too familiar with, but I think I've heard of it before.
I have heard, yeah. I've heard of that before. I've had my fair share of internet issues with my provider.
Well, yeah, Wednesday's race, I lost complete power to the house, so, yeah.
That's right. That's right. Let's hope that doesn't happen tonight.
Yeah, so, yeah, just, you know, sometimes the fluke things happen and really out of your control.
All right, just watching, trying to look, this battle for second starting to heat up. Kevin Ruff starting to get pressure from the 33, Ben Tracy. Second spot under fire here. Tracy really quick, running on the back bumper. Look to the inside here, 3 and 4. This is going to be a tough corner to try to make that pass, but he tries to stay there, just cannot. That top line gets that run off the corner.
Yeah, and this is exactly what we've been talking about. Yeah, he's right there. He's ready to catch him. He's probably got the speed to even pass him, but where do you do that pass? And I mean, you don't think Kevin's going to say, go ahead, go by me. Not for second.
Yeah, not for second. Not with those stage points coming up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're running in the 20th or the 15th or, you know, somewhere around there, yeah, maybe. And it looks like almost Ben needs to maybe try to get that high side and see if he can maybe shuck and jive him
He's
out.
there.
Yeah, he's drag racing him down.
He made that work off the corner. Into turn one, he's going to drive off into the corner, try to take it. He does take it. Second place. Ben Tracy up to second, that 33 Dunkin' Donuts machine.
Yeah, and you saw Kevin kind of just lift a little bit, allowed him to kind of get there to the corner. I mean, it was a smart move as well.
Well, because you don't want to cost yourself time. Because you got the 21 of Fluger starting to close down as well. It's a smart move. Let's let him go, get back in line. Oh, the 33 of Tracy! Off turn 4. He hits one and gets loose, hits the inside wall. He's going to continue on.
He did exactly what happened to Ryan.
Oh, no, his steering's broke. He's up on the track.
Oh, no.
All right, he gets back off. Thank goodness there was a gap there.
Oh, man.
But a tough end again for Ben Tracy at 33. This is going to be a race of survival for sure for these guys.
I mean, I almost have a feeling. I mean, so far from what I've seen, we might have a 1-2 curse tonight. If you're in the first or second spot,
Don't tell Fetter Place that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah. I don't want. Hopefully, Brandon's not hearing me right now. But yeah, wow. I'll tell you, through all this and everything that's been going on, Fetter Place has got a 2.4 second lead over Cabin Rough right now. So I mean, he's got the pedal to the metal. Obviously, showing those hot lap heroes. They're heroes tonight right now, or at least he is. He's got the speed. We're getting closer and closer to that stage here as well.
6 laps to go. Right on board with Victor Fluger, the 21 in third spot, trying to chase down that 99 of Ruff.
Yeah, that's really kind of the battle right now. Even
James Torrey off pace here in the 6th car.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what happened. Nothing popped up here, but he looks like he's going to be heading to pit road.
I believe he's got some. Looks like he's got left front damage there.
Yeah, left sides look rough.
Oh, he did what Ryan Huff and Ben Tracy did, but he did it in turn 2, not turn 4.
Let's see if we can go back a lap before and see what happened here off turn 2. Watching the James Torrey number 6. Coming off the corner. Just gets loose. Man, it just never corrects and down into the inside wall. Hard. That's a hard hit to the left side. You know, in the old days, your helmet would bounce off the wall. That's before they put the window nets in.
Yeah, this is, like I say, it's a tough track overall. I mean, again, you got the tight racing surface as it is. You really want to ride up against the wall as much as possible. That's where the speed's at. Passing is crazy hard. It just it is. I mean, the nickname "Too Tough to Tame" is as fitting as the Lady in Black. I mean, it's just, and I don't know where the Lady in Black came from, but it fits.
Speaking of passing, our leader's starting to catch some lap traffic here. With Mason Hoffner right in front of him, Derek Catt in front of him. He's going to have to do some passing of his own here. And this is no small feat either. Even with the cars that are off the pace, it's still hard to find a safe way to pass them. You definitely, as a leader, do not want to put yourself in jeopardy here.
No, for sure. And he's just kind of hoping maybe some of these lap cars are just going to kind of maybe duck down into the, on one of the straightaways and maybe just kind of give him those spots. Fortunately, he's got a 2-second lead right now. I mean, the lead has not grown. It's actually shrunk a little bit compared to Kevin Ruff, but he's got a bit of a buffer. And we're going to be getting our stage here in about a lap or 2.
These guys are not wanting to lose their lap. A little contact with their leader, the 30 of Mason Hoffner, putting up a fight, trying to stay on the good lap. 34 Fetter Place. Oh, if you want it that bad, he's got one more lap here to end the stage. Is he just going to ride here behind him? He can probably give up enough. If let's see. All right, he gets a run on the 30 here. He's going to try this again. This is risky. All right, looks like he's going to get around the both of these cars. Derek Catt as well. 30's going to try to make that pass on Derek Catt for the lucky dog. Looks like he's going to get that done. But Fetter Place,
the last lap shot for that lucky dog there.
Yeah, so Fetter Place is going to take the stage win here. Captain Ruff in second, Victor Fluger third. Richie Coy works his way up to fourth. Julio Villalobos in fifth. Wortman up to sixth. Nick Alford falls to seventh. David Duran eighth. Joshua Gaiman up to 9th, and Cameron King 10th. And I was going to highlight Gaiman at 61, up 16 spots from his qualifying position back there in the back. Had some issues in qualifying apparently. Started from the rear up to 9th spot. Got him 2 stage points here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he did. He was starting deep in the field, and yeah, obviously somebody didn't have a problem passing anybody, right? I'll tell you too. Even before the yellow was thrown on, I know Fetter Place kind of came on the radio, and he didn't seem like he was too happy with what was going on in front of him with the 30 and Derek Katz, and then Victor Fluger comes in, and Kevin Ruff comes in. I think it was Kevin that came up on the radio, and he's like, "You don't have to worry about us back here. We ain't gonna pass you."
Well, they did make those passes on both those drivers.
Yep.
And Mason Hoffman going to be your free pass here tonight as the leader's going to take that hard left-hand turn. And he's got 2 drivers in between him and second place. It's going to give him a little bit of a cushion in case something happens here on pit road. But they come to pit road for their first pit stop of the night, wanting to get those tires off. And I'm sure the drivers learned a lot in that first 35-lap run.
Well, I can tell you, we got one driver in chat right now, Benjamin Tracy, 70% throttle on the straightaway, and the car just leaves, is his words in chat. So, yeah, I think some guys have been learning their messages or learning their issues tonight, but unfortunately, it's been biting them.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Like I said, battle of attrition for sure. Gotta pace yourself.
We had a rough race on Friday night in the truck series, and so far so good though. I mean, we really haven't seen. I mean, we've seen some issues, but nothing like we saw in the trucks here. So these guys are they're handling what they've got, and especially too, these guys are out there. They're shifting. They've got a little bit less less downforce and more. Somebody's caught speed in there.
Yep. I was just going to say, the 21, Victor Fluger, too fast on pit road, going to go to the rear as he was letting everybody around. And this is not the track you want a penalty like that. You've got all this traffic you've got to come through. Yes, we saw the 61 of Gaiman make a lot of passes, but there was a lot of unfortunate circumstances, too, that happened in front of him. And he was passing cars that may be a little off the pace, a little slower than he is. The farther up the in the running order you get, the harder it's going to be to pass, and unfortunately Fluger's got a lot of passing in front of him, as well as it looks like Wayne Grassi in the 7.
Wayne Grassi's got a pit road penalty as well, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, and Wayne was actually having so far so good of a night. He moved up a few spots.
So all these drivers gonna have to come from the rear. It's like the 18 of JP Burns goes to the rear as well. Maybe some damage fixed there. And there's Jeff Chandler in the 31. You were talking about him earlier.
Yeah. And Jeff, yeah. Well, we were talking about paint. Doyle said he wanted to give him a throwback paint, and he missed the opportunity tonight.
Well, there's Brian Bliss. You were talking about his paint scheme. There's the number 8 machine. A throwback to the Kellogg's colors for Kyle Busch at Hendrick, or the Cheese at Kellogg's colors, I guess.
Right.
But I think we're double file, getting ready for a restart here. Brandon Fetter plays up front, Kevin Ruff in second. Pace car peels off. We come down to the restart zone, get this one back underway. Race to lap 147 here. Green flag flies. Brandon Fetter plays. It's a great restart.
Great launch, yeah. Now it's that single file game. This is where stuff could get real messy, and this is where you want to
contact between Richie Coy and Julio Villalobos. Villalobos bounces off the wall but keeps going.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. That's a tough deal, and Julio is still kind of on the outside of Wortman right now.
Getting
Wortman's
used up.
Wortman was like, I was just behind you for so many laps. I'm going to try and get you now.
Still side by side as they head off into 1. Neither one of them wanting to lift. Still side by side through 1 and 2. Well, I tell you what, you never used to go through that corner side by side, but you see it commonplace nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, and it can be done. It just you gotta obviously have the car for it, and you gotta have the couillons for it too, I guess. But I'm looking at 4th place, Joshua Gaiman, man. I mean, we were talking about him a little while ago, and he must have had a great pit stop as well. I mean, he is top 5, all over Richie Coy, trying to get to him.
And that teal and purple car back there, or teal and black, I guess I should say.
Yeah, Richie's all over Cabin Rough right now, and really nobody's gotten away from. They haven't let Brandon Fairplace go. I mean, Brandon's obviously got the clean air. We all know clean air is king. We say it every week because it's just what it is. And he has not made major advances right now.
David Duran going around the one of Jonathan Atkins. Moved Duran up in the 7th spot. Atkins back to 8th.
I'm just pretty surprised. I mean, I shouldn't say surprised. I'm impressed with everybody right now. They're doing a really great job out there, and I see a lot of respect happening from a lot of the guys. They're playing nice with each other for sure out there.
The name of the game was to make it to lap 146, I guess, and have a shot. You gotta have a car to do it.
I mean, sadly, the way racing is, I mean, somebody's gonna fit. Oh yeah,
Meglin in the wall off turn 2 there, kind of checks everybody up. Cameron King got on the binders. White Huntley's going to go around. Looks like Cameron King actually. Is he the one that hit the wall?
I believe he did tap the wall, yeah, after that basic maneuver.
He's sliding back here behind those guys. Kind of catches breath and reload here.
That's what you got to do too. I mean, yeah, you definitely have to be aware around here as well. I mean, it's not only are you really you really got to race the track. I mean, the track is so unforgiving and punishing as it is, and you got to be aware of the guys around you. It's so easy for somebody in front of you to maybe tap the wall. That, you might tap the wall yourself as well, and you always got to kind of have that exit plan and prepare for the worst.
I think the 8th exit plan off turn 4 was to just pull over and let everybody go at this point, because it was getting kind of sketchy there. He decides to get back in line here.
A little off pace right now. Wayne Rouse is going by him. He's still letting a couple cars go by him.
Alfred racing Brian Dixon back here for 12th. Or 13th, sorry. Nick Alfred moves up to 13th. Brian Dixon in 14th right here. Of course, Nick stayed in there a little extra to get some of this damage fixed for him and try to get back into this race. You know they got a fast car. Hot Lap Heroes, all those guys were fast. He had the top 3 positions locked down in qualifying. He's just trying to get back to the front. Here comes Victor Fluger trying to rebound from a pit road mistake around the 03 of Brian Dixon as well.
Yeah, Fluger's kind of in that realm of where Nick Alfred is. So, yeah, both of those guys we saw in the top 5 with good stage points, or at least Fluger got some decent stage points. So, yeah, the rebound. And actually, looking at the front nose of Nick's car, it did look like they popped out the front nose. So he definitely does not have the damage he did have.
Brian Bliss hard in the turn 2 wall, off turn 2 there, we saw in the background. And he's in the wall turn 4 again as well. Yeah, so obviously got some damage. He's got some damage going to pull off. Everybody go here.
Yeah, I think he let Casey go by there. And actually, Derek Catt right now, who is behind Brian. He is 1 lap down. We saw him get past right before the stage. He is our only car right now 1 lap down.
We had a change for 3rd there. Joshua Gaiman gets around Richie Coy, says he takes over the 3rd position. And they're all kind of queued up behind this 99. Everybody's got a nice little lead, just a little bit there, but the battle's on for 2nd. It was obviously on for 3rd, but Gaiman going to take that one over.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting Joshua to kind of get around Richie there, and he got a sight on the 99. And honestly, Kevin's kind of looking a little loose. He was kind of looking a little loose going from turn 4 there. He's still keeping pace, but the car doesn't look like it's overly stable.
It's not close to the wall around this track.
Yeah,
just inches from disaster.
It is. It's so tight out there.
I think they wrote that, Molly Hatchet wrote this on Flirt for Disaster. They were thinking about this track.
Honestly, and I don't know which set of corners I really dislike more. I mean, to me, 1 and 2 is honestly scarier than 3 and 4, even though 3 and 4 seems like you're a little bit more closed in, a little bit more claustrophobic. It's just the double weird apex of turn 1 and 2 that just always throws me off. And I don't know. I always feel like the car's even a little looser on the exit of 2.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. 1 and 2, you feel like you're going a lot faster, so it's obviously going to feel a little bit more dangerous just because of the speed you carry into the corner. You go into the corner, you try to pull it down to the double lines there, and it just shoots you back up the track, and you're right against the wall through the middle of the corner. Back in the throttle, to be honest with you, you're back in the throttle, almost full throttle
right,
through
yeah.
1 and 2. And then you got to plan for your exit, get your exit strategy right here coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're probably not going to agree with the analogy, but it's almost kind of like the Indy, where you got to gas it up for the straight shoot and then kind of slow it down for the next corner.
I get what you're getting at.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not a great analogy, but it's definitely a head game, head scratcher kind of a track as far as that goes. And we're all used to using the inside of the corner to roll. And then obviously your power out. But this is your power out of 1, then you got to power back out of 2, and it's not great for rhythm. And I think that's probably one of the hardest parts about the track, where you just got to have that knowledge and really you just got to know how to get through that corner just right. And I've yet to perfect it. It's tough to perfect.
Well, it is. It's all about rhythm for 1 and 2. And in 3 and 4, you have less banking. What's that going down the lap there in front of him? Is that 30?
I did see somebody pit. At least get down on the track. I can't remember who exactly it was, though. I'm going to have to go back and...
It is. It's the 30 of Mason Hofter there. And the second place runs up on him and into the back of him.
Oh, no.
Mason Hofter turned around in turn 1, but we stay green. He just bounces off the wall. But, yeah, that's a tough place to come out of pit road there in front of the second place, and unfortunately he makes contact with him.
Ouch. Yeah. I almost kind of feel like Mesa kind of feels like he probably got ran over, but there again, when you're coming out in front of the leaders there, you're going to have to yield a little bit for these guys.
Got to know where you are.
That could have been a lot worse, and I'm assuming Kevin's got to have some front nose damage out of that.
Yeah, I was kind of worried when he come out there in front of those guys that was going to be a recipe for disaster. And unfortunately, they baked that cake and made it. They shipped it in turn 1.
Yeah, and Kevin he's got a tiny touch of right front damage there, a little buckling on that fender. Man, that could have been so much worse. Wow.
Yeah, but they do survive. You're right, though. He's got a little damage, and he's going to have to deal with that on the next pit stop.
While this is happening, Brandon Fairplace probably looked in the mirror and was like, thank you, and extended out his lead a little bit. He's got 8/10 now over Cavan. Although, Cavan doesn't look like he's slowed down much, but he's definitely still struggling to kind of keep pace with Brandon.
Still watching this battle for 4th starting to shape up. Richie Coy in front of Tim Wortman. Yeah, Julio Villalobos, David Durand, all kind of stacked up behind him here.
Yeah, David Durand actually looks like he's got a head of steam right now. Oh, Julio gets a little out of shape there on entry of 3. Man, he had to catch that in the middle of 3 and 4. Good job. Julio's having a great night tonight too. He's been running in the top 10 all night, qualified good, and it's good to see him out there.
Yeah, pushing hard. Just try not to push over that. You're on a knife's edge here. He gets loose off 2 right there as well. Hangs on to it. Having a good run right now, though. Just you're pushing and you're on that knife's edge. You're trying to push just a little extra to catch the guys in front of you, and that's what can definitely get you in trouble. I can't explain to you how hard those guys that are watching that haven't been out there, how hard it is to hang on to these cars. These next 10 cars are kind of finicky anyway. They're a little bit edgy. You add the difficulty of Darlington, the less downforce, and the extra horsepower, and it just took it kind of to the next level.
Well, it's hard to have that run on someone, and
change for second.
Yeah, you got nowhere to go with it.
Change for second. Joshua Gaiman gets around Kevin Ruff. Kevin having some issues, maybe related to that damage. But Gaiman moves into second spot in the number 61 Chevrolet.
Actually, looks like just Joshua was able to kind of dive into turn 3 and make that pass on him. Did it pretty effortlessly, so it wasn't too bad. But man, I'll tell you, our top 6 right now, is that our top 6? No, our top 7 right now, they have kind of walked away. I mean, Nick Alford running 8th right now, and we know he's got the car kind of patched up a little bit, but him and Jonathan Atkins running 8th and 9th right now, kind of on their own little field, in their own little island together, trying to work together, maybe try to get up to that main pack.
This is the back side of the 6th and 7th spot. Ooh. Villalobos in the wall a little bit off the corner there. It's going to give the 51 a run. He's going to look to the inside in turn 3. Let's see. He's flirting with that apron. That's dangerous there.
Yeah. Well, David, I mean, like I say, David looks like he's got some steam in that car right now. I don't know if he's been saving a little bit of the tire, and yeah, he's definitely, he definitely looks quick, but he's just got nowhere to go with it. Same thing with Warman right now. Warman has been gnawing on the bumper of Richie Coy for a while here. And it just, Richie's running a good tidy line, and just Warman has not been able to kind of capitalize. But there, the 51 and 45, the battle's on right now. Ooh, they were just too wide in 3 and 4. That's where the action's happening right now up here.
Yeah, for sure. Villalobos hit the wall there, middle of the corner, just a little bit. Slowed him down a little bit. He's high off the corner. Of course, these battles are going to develop at the same time. Luckily, they're kind of close together.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm in the blimp cam, so I can see both of them pretty decent. It's just what car to choose.
Got to keep an eye on this this gap between first and second as well. It's 1.4 right now. I want to keep an eye and see if Josh is able to close that down, or if Better Place is opening it up lap after lap.
Joshua ran a 29.9 last lap, and Brandon Fairplace ran a 29.5 last lap. Or no, a 29. He ran a 29.8. Yeah, and Joshua ran a 29.9. Yeah.
And now they
when I was looking, yeah.
Now they just flip-flopped. The Better Place ran a 29.9. Josh ran a 29.8. So about the same speed between those two.
Yeah. But we know Fetter Place has got he's got that clean air in front of him. Although the gap for where Joshua is, Joshua should have maybe a little bit of clean air himself. But they both have a second over Kevin Ruff. I'm just kind of watching. I mean, Richie Coy is definitely not catching Kevin much at all. But it's even tougher because he's got that 83, that big purple car we were talking about, right in his mirror.
Yeah, 83 is a little bit faster, just needs to find a way around.
You know,
we were talking about these top 7. Look who joined the party here. At 98, Nick Alford, now all of a sudden part of this group now, 8 cars. I guess 6 in this little group here, but he's close down on these guys.
Yeah, I assume Jonathan might have just fell off a little bit because he was in the running there. And I mean, even Fluker got by him. J.P. Merman was by him as well. Nick and Jonathan, they were running side by side for a little while, or they were running on their own little island. Yeah,
Nick. Nick's caught these guys. He's going to have to be patient with this, though. Don't put yourself. You got a fast car. You've shown it. You got to get through this traffic, but just pick and choose where you do it. Take care of the car.
This is definitely going to be the part. The tough part for Nick here. Going to have to be real easy, and maybe we'll see some textbook passing here in Darlington with Nick. I mean, we know Nick can do it, so let's see what he can do. It's got to be clean and smooth with it. I mean, the sad thing though is David Duran, he's got some speed in his car too, and
well, they've all kind of run down to
I know.
All 3 of them now. Wortman's falling back to these guys. It's going to dirty the air of Villalobos. It's going to slow him down a little bit. This could get a little complicated right here.
it's going to get either complicated or it might be easy for one person because there might be a little bit of issues between two guys. But yeah, I can only think about Tim Wharton. Yeah, Tim is he's been kind of throttled behind Richie Coy, and I know that kind of screws up your rhythm as well. You got to run the pace of the guy in front of you because you can't get around him. So that might be where he's having issues right now.
I'll tell you, the 51's showing his nose several times. He's faster. It's funny. You see these cars are faster. They just cannot find a way to make these passes. He tries here. Rushes up the track and have to fall back in line. Nick Alfred's actually going to take advantage of that and go around the 51 of Durant. So Alfred up one spot up to 7th. Now he's going to try to work on Villalobos.
Yeah, that's, when you watch with David Duran, he was trying to get on the inside. He had to check up a little bit because he didn't want to get into him and open the door for Nick right there. And I heard over the radio, too, Kevin Ruff giving props to Joshua Gaiman. I guess Gaiman got really loose, had a hell of a save there. But I'm going to have to go back and see if I can see what exactly happened to him.
The gap now 2.5 seconds, so he had an issue there.
On lap 71. On the exit of turn 4. Almost a Ryan Huff. He did actually tap the inside wall. Not hard, but kept it going.
Got Nick Alfred battling Villalobos. Gets it done. So Alfred up another spot up to 6th. I'll tell you what, those cars are hooked up. They're really good on the long run.
And that's really what's going to help your passing abilities, especially when some of these cars do fall off. If you still got a little bit of leg left in your car there, it's going to make the passing a little bit easier. But, man, you think about where Nick started this, restarted after that stage and how he's been able to kind of climb through the field here. I'm amazed he even has any tire left.
Drops the Fluker as well. Victor Fluker up to 9th spot, and he's far behind these guys as well. He's kind of worked his way back up there as well after that. He actually had a penalty on pit road, so probably started farther back than Alfred did. He's marched his way back up into the top 10 as well.
Yeah, he ran a 30.06 that last lap. Compared to our leader, ran a 30.1. So not very far off the pace at all.
Oh, we got a caution.
We have a yellow.
Haven't yet seen what it is. Looks like, the 84. Hollingsworth around in turn 2.
Oh, yeah. And he's got major front nose damage.
All right, let's go back and see what happened to Hollingsworth here. The 84 through 1 and 2. Oh, he gets loose and overcorrects into the outside wall. And then Brian Bliss hits him on the nose.
Slow down, yeah. He tried to slow down, but couldn't get that thing. And man, Hollingsworth, it did what this car is famous for. Started going left and instantly caught right. But not a lot of carnage. So definitely some damage for Hollingsworth and even Brian Bliss, but nothing else involved. So good. It could have been worse, but thankfully it wasn't. And I assume everybody's coming in for some tires right now.
I believe you assumed correctly. I don't think you'd pass up a chance to get tires, especially after this run we've had. On lap 77, they're going to come to pit road, 70 laps remaining.
Yeah, well, we pretty much did our stage all over again. We went a little bit longer than the opening stage, so these guys are probably very familiar with what their car's going to do in a 35-lap run here, and I have a feeling, they're not going to have enough gas to make it to the end either, so they're going to have to go in one more time after this.
A race off pit road there.
Boy, that was close. Gaiman almost had him.
This will be Fetter Place, Gaiman, Ruff, your top 3. Looks like everybody comes off pit road. Kind of where they were running. Good solid stop for everyone.
Well, now that Josh is going to be on the front row with Brandon here, we're going to be able to see what kind of Josh can do. Again, he was fighting through the field. I think he restarted, 4th or 5th from the last caution we had. And he had to work his way through a little bit of traffic. Well, he's not going to have to work through the traffic. He's just got one car to pass right now.
Well, Nick
We'll see
Alford
what he can
too.
do.
Nick in fifth
Yeah, oh, yeah.
there. If he's got his damage fixed, we'll see if he can contend. Of course, he was running in front of Better Place when the wreck happened. So,
Yeah, true. He's been definitely moving up in the field. Pfluger still sitting in ninth too, just kind of looking at some of these guys that trying to do the rebound. They're having good nights. I mean, they're doing exactly what they needed to do for the rebound, and obviously they got some quick cars tonight.
we have, I think, 18 cars on the lead lap. I think Hollingsworth's going a lap down.
Yeah, he's still on pit road. Yeah, Brian Bliss is still. He's the tail end of the lead lap. And I don't know. I gotta look at the front nose of Biggie's car there, and yeah, he didn't get it all fixed. He's still got a little bit of a detent in there.
All right, well, pace car is going to peel off. We're going to get back racing here with 68 laps remaining, right there in between the two funny numbers.
Well, you said those funny numbers earlier. I didn't bring it up, but
Oh yeah. All right, well, we'll see what happens here. Coming to the restart zone, Fetter Place Gaiman, green flag flies. Fetter Place with a great jump, Gaiman off. Kevin Ruff with a good start as well. They're going to line up 1, 2, 3 head into one.
yeah, Richie Coy I think he had a little bit of issue on the restart there. I almost want to say he tapped the wall, spun maybe.
Villalobos off the pace a little bit here as well. Or no, Alfred off the pace. Getting a push from Villalobos.
Wow. Yeah, and Richie did. He spun the tires when that yellow drop or when the green drop.
We got a race shaping up for the lead. Gaiman tried to take a look into turn 3. Nothing going there. He's right on the back bumper of our leader, the 34 Fetter Place.
Well, we've been saying this all day, or I should say all night. You could catch him. You just got to be careful when you pass him. So let's see what Joshua can do here, if he can actually catch him again.
Lobos under pressure from David Duran for 7th spot. They're going to settle that one here.
Yeah, we got a really tight top 10. Everybody's single file, but man, I'm just waiting for any bit of action to happen. But just keeping an eyeball on that first second one right now. Kind of keep. Oh, Richie Coy gets a little loose coming out of. Wortman's going around him.
Yeah, Wortman finally takes that opportunity to go to the inside of the 19 of Coy, trying to make this pass all night. Still side by side through 3 and 4. This is going to be tight.
Yeah, Richie's not letting him have it. He fights on the outside. He's able to clear him. I'll tell you, that outside line is such a preferred line in 3 and 4. That's really where you get momentum to get that car straightened up and make that drag race run down the front straight. It's for sure where you want to be.
So it's like Visa.
It's like, well, yeah, it's everywhere you want to be. I don't know, I'm kind of keeping an eyeball too in that 98. He's kind of just chillaxing back there, and almost maybe imagine he's probably just doing a little bit safe.
Jonathan Atkins, and we talk every week about him. Oh no, he just pounded the wall off turn 2. I commentator cursed, but talk about him always finding the high side at these tracks. Every track we go to, he ends up being the first one at the top. Well, guess what? Here at Darlington, everybody's around the top. So I don't know if you can go much higher, but he tried to there off turn 2 and kind of bit it.
Well, yeah, he's got his teammate behind him too, and trying to see if he could, just trying to, they're all playing nice there, giving each other a little bit of room. Would you say Jonathan is the one that always goes to the top side of the track?
Wow, I wish you'd have kept that. You should have probably kept that one in the mind.
He'll laugh at it when he sees it. Or he won't. Now, I'm just looking at that battle for the lead here, and it kind of tamed down a little bit.
Yeah. Gaiman's not going to go away quietly, though. He was fast on the long run as well, so.
But they both had pulled away a pretty decent margin over the third there with Kevin Ruff. They got about 8 tenths for the leader to Kevin right now. So I know Tim Wortman was like, man, I wish I could have got by Richie there, and he's still working on Richie as well.
Yeah, I thought that was the opportunity, and if I'm him, man, I'm kind of frustrated. Not necessarily with Richie, but just the fact that I cannot complete this pass. I think he's got a faster car. Just cannot find a way to make that pass and make it work.
Well, he's been following Richie for so long. You got to think he probably wants a victory fuel at the end of this race, just seeing that tail panel all night.
Could be for sure. Right on board with the victory fuel forward. Oh, almost in the wall there through 1 and 2. Saw Kevin Ruff have an issue off turn 4 as well. This is a perfect opportunity, though, for me to remind you.
That's right.
You definitely want to go to drinkvictor.com. Use code FTSR for 10% off your order. Get you some victory fuel. Get you a hat or a shirt, a lanyard. They got all kind of things there. You definitely want to check them out. Great stuff, and they got 3 great flavors, and I wish he'd run more of the other flavors. He's running the Lucky Lemon again tonight. Lucky Lemon's good. My favorite is the Throttle Punch, where you got I keep on wanting to call it something else, but Purple Potion. They're great flavored as well. 3 great flavors. You definitely want to try them out. You can mix and match as well with your 4-pack, your 6-pack, 12-pack, whatever you want to get there. You can mix and match the flavors as well, so you'll get to try some of the different flavors. Go to drinkvictor.com. Use code FTSR for 10% off your order. FTSR Victory Fuel is a proud sponsor of the FTSR Victory Fuel Cup Series here on Full Throttle Television. And I got to tell you, too, the winner of each of these races here in Victory Fuel Cup Series, they get a 4-pack for free. So Brandon Fetterplace trying to rack up some 4-packs here tonight once again.
Yeah, he's gonna have a case soon. I mean, the whole team so far. I mean, yeah, they've been really dominating. And I'll tell you, I mean, the flavor that I haven't tried yet is that Lucky Lemon. And the way Richie's been running, he might want to change that paint job because it hasn't been very lucky to him lately. It seems like
Unlucky Lemon.
An unlucky lemon for Richie, yeah. But yeah, I do. I like the Throttle Punch, and I'm always been a grape drink fan, and the Purple Potion is pretty damn good.
So this stuff's really refreshing. And I say that, and it was like, oh, that's just so cliche, and it is, but it's, of course, it's water based. I want to say it's water based. It is water based, but it's got enough flavor. It's not too sweet, and it's just refreshing. You can drink it, and it's just like it's a nice. I don't know how to explain it. It's really refreshing. I guess I'd just say that again.
Well, it's designed to be refreshing, and it's it's not an energy drink. It's more of a hydration drink, and you got to drink a lot of water. And I don't know. I like a little flavor. To me, water's just plain old boring.
He's not being.
I know.
Freshened up right now. That the 34 Brandon Fetterplace under fire from the 61 of Joshua Gaiman, not letting him relax here.
No, Joshua's taking that high side, or as I like to call it, the tall side, and he's trying to make that. He's trying to make something work here.
He's getting a run on him for sure. Get down into turn 1, gets right to his back bumper. Then he kind of gets in the dirty air here. It seems like he can't quite get back in the throttle at the 34. Ooh, really close to that wall.
I'm watching this battle too for fourth right now. Richie's still kind of holding everybody up. I mean, and I shouldn't say that in a bad way where he's holding them up, but man, he has got a slew of cars right behind him.
We were just on board with the 61 of Gaiman, and he danced off the corner there. Had a moment.
That was his second moment. That one was not nearly as bad as his first moment, but man, you could tell he's really pushing it through 4.
Good catch.
All right, Nick Elford now underneath Tim Wortman Jr. They're double wide going to turn 4 here. Outside line looks like it's Prevail, but man, Nick's got some good speed down that straightaway. He's got a great exit.
On top there for sure. Oh, into turn 1. Oh, so close.
That's honestly the tightest part of the track going into 1, especially if you're too wide, because it really screws up your entry. If you're all by yourself, you have that runoff and you can really make something happen. But man, when you're trying to battle somebody too wide like that, it's the outside line is just the Prevail line there.
You go in the corner on the bottom knowing that the car's going to wash up. You're just hoping it can wash up beyond the car width above you. And you don't really know what the car is going to do there. So.
It just shows you. I mean, when we're watching all these battles tonight, I mean, if you're out there watching as well, you can see how tough it is.
I was just going to say that. That's some great driving. I know the racing may be. Oh, here comes Alfred to the outside now of Wortman, using that outside lane. He got position on him, going to take over that spot. So, Nick Alfred up in the 5th spot. Now he's going to work over Richie Coy.
You got to shuck and jive and try to get to that outside line. It's really the best way to make a pass. And yeah, we just saw Nick successfully get that done.
And that is exactly what I was thinking that maybe Wortman needed to work on with the 19. 19's using that middle lane, middle to bottom lane through 3 and 4. Really needs to use that top lane. Here he comes.
Yeah, wow.
Alfred
made it look easy.
Using that top lane again, right around the 19 of Coy. Moved Alfred up in the 4th spot.
Well, it kind of shows you how much Richie, I believe, is struggling right now because Nick was able to get by him without any problems at all. And it's just the other guys behind Richie right now, they just have not found that magic. Well, just look at what Nick did and try to duplicate it.
And he is. Look at 83 Wortman moving up the track, trying to get that run off the corner. 19 kind of covers it off there. But yeah, it's all right. Here he comes to the inside with a run.
Check that outside line, which is a smart move. I mean, Richie's just kind of, I wouldn't say he's blocking, but he's out there running his line, and he's making these guys really work to get by him. He didn't make Nick work very much, but he's definitely making the rest of the field work.
I think Nick kind of shocked him into that move. He kind of made that move kind of probably, he wasn't, there he goes, the 83 Wortman finally gets that pass on the 19 of Coy. Wortman finally around his spot. He's been working all race. For 100 laps trying to make that pass, and he finally gets it down to the 19 of Coy. I was going to go back and say what I was going to say is some great driving out there. All these guys, some great driving. Maybe not the best racing at this track, but you see some great driving out of the drivers that can figure this stuff out. And doing a good job.
A lot of respect.
Yes, good job of giving each other racing room, but still making those moves.
And we really have not seen the local moves. You know, this is definitely not a track where you want to dive into a corner. You definitely want to be aware of what's going on around you. And yeah, if a guy might get side by side with you, it might be just better and more advantage for you. Maybe just let him go.
Look at Alfred go. He's on the back bumper of Kevin Ruff in the 99.
Well, I kind of feel like he was just relaxing a little bit. He was saving a little bit.
Here comes Villalobos on the inside of Richie Coy off turn 4 as well.
Kevin actually got on the radio and said, you can go, Nick. So he let Nick by.
Villalobos close. Oh, contact between him and the 19.
Oh, no.
Richie Coy. How did they not wreck that? Wow. Oh, my goodness.
We were just talking about the respect out there.
Wow. I don't know how that was not a wreck. Those guys doing a great job not to wreck it, but a little contact going into turn 1. You talked about how tough. Let's go back and look at it. How tough the entry of turn 1 is. They go into turn 1 side by side. 21 up the track a little bit, into the side of the 19, 19 into the 21, trying to hang on to it. And you don't want to overcorrect, and I don't know how.
They're in that little transition too, where obviously it looks like it's one big track, but there is a bit of a step there from the racing surface down into that little apron. The banking changes so much, and the car could get so upset. Wow.
Again, the driving, great driving by both those guys, not to wreck there. I know the 19 and 21 probably aren't happy with each other at that point, but maybe they'll go back and look at this after they cool off and see. I don't know how they didn't wreck there. What an amazing piece of driving by both those guys. Not to overcorrect, not to get too anxious, not to make some, radical moves trying to make something happen there. Wow.
Yeah. Well, you gotta kind of throw that asterisk of it's Darlington, and it's.
Well, they kind of got hung together there. They couldn't get off of each other. I think it wasn't that one was turning into the other or this, that, and it's just like when they got hung together there. Of course, it's turning the 19 down, and that contact is forcing the 21 like they were just hung together.
I hate to say it too. I mean, the way the car is, that's probably what kept them from wrecking.
Oh, maybe. Well, Nick Alford was able, while all that was going on, was able to go around to 99 of Kevin Ruff. He starts closing in on the 61 of Joshua Gaiman, who's actually kind of fallen back from our leader at 1.5 seconds, 1.5 seconds back from the 34 Fetter Place.
I'm looking at, where are we at here? I'm looking at lap times here. Brandon Fetter Place ran a 29.9. Gaiman, 29.9. Nick Alford, 29.7. So Nick is coming. And then Kevin Ruff, Tim Wortman. Tim Wortman also ran a 29.9, but Kevin Ruff starting to slow down a little bit too at Tim Wortman. Kevin's in the 30s.
You saw get the wall a little bit off turn 2. So slow him down a little bit. We've run 30 laps, Tony, since our last pit stop. We've got 39 laps to go.
Well, like I say, I didn't think they would be able to finish it on one, with not pitting. So yes, I have a feeling we're going to maybe see some green flag stops here in a little while. Yeah, what was it? 77 was the last pit stop, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess. So yeah, so you got to split it up, 77 to 47. Do I got to get the calculator for that? Maybe.
We've seen guys go 65 laps in the past here. So
we have. Yeah, I don't know. Do you think the tires are? Although I did hear somebody said in our little pre-race chat there that the tire, there wasn't that big of a fall off as far as. I mean, obviously the tires wear, but there might not be wear enough to where, the tires are not going to last you a full run. But yeah, are you going to have enough gas for it? That's going to be the main question here.
Gaiman got some lap traffic in front of him right there.
Yeah, it's Derek Katz.
Derek Katz. Oh, Derek got the track there.
Wow. Gaiman takes an evasive maneuver there. No harm, no foul, but it's definitely slowed him up, and Nick is, you got Derek Katz in between Nick and Joshua right now. All right, somebody is actually pitting. I don't know who said it, but I did hear it over the radio there.
Looks like the 43, Lewis Smeglin.
Yep.
So he's going to split it in half.
I would think that that's probably what's going to need to happen. I can't imagine anybody maybe stretching it, but we've seen in the past. Although Fitzpatrick Jr. is not out here tonight. I mean, he's usually the one guy that could save. And
if you can save fuel and make it to the end, even if you stay out, you could trap some of these guys a lap down. Then if the caution comes out, you can come make your stop and make up some positions. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if anybody's thinking about making it on fuel. What did we say? 77. So how many laps would that be to the end?
I'm not going to say the word. Oh no, it's not actually the word I'm thinking of. It's not the kids' rave word. But that is what is it? 70 laps? 77 to 147.
I think you're right. So we've seen 65, 70 might be a little far. Here comes Richie Coy to pit road. Richie's had his hands full. He's not even going to think about it.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, we're at lap 113. Richie's actually taking 114, or at least the leader's on 114 right now. So that's going to put us down to, only 33 laps to go here.
Yeah, so that's about halfway.
Yeah, it really just depends on some of these leaders too, and if you see Fetter Place come in, or maybe even Gaiman, or even Nick Alford, then you're going to start seeing the rest of the crew start to kind of get that pit cycle going. But yeah, I mean, if you're in the back of the pack or even midfield, I'd stay out as long as you possibly can, and see if there's a possibility to trap everybody down. I mean, everybody's been running great tonight, and we've only had 2 cautions, one being the stage as well. We saw a lot of issues, but again, everybody's been racing fantastic tonight and have been really putting on a pretty good show for everybody out there. A little different than what we had on Wednesday. Unfortunately, I was watching it from my phone, but this is definitely a way more enjoyable, and probably even a little bit more enjoyable for some of those guys actually out there racing.
When Grassy hits pit road, he's going to come down and get his service done as the leader goes by. And we are kind of in uncharted territory now, too, because this is the longest run we've had so far tonight, with the stage caution and the one caution that came out for incident. These tires now are, unless you made a longer run in practice, these are the longest. This is the oldest the tires have been.
Yeah, they're just inching in on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm getting close to 40 laps now on these tires for some of these guys. Brian Bliss gives the leeway to the leader there. So Brian goes a lap down. He is the first car marked a lap down. Jeff Chandler, unfortunately, in 14th. He's the next guy, last guy on the lead lap. And Jeff is just hitting the front, the start-finish line right now. And Brandon Fetterplace just entered turn the 3. Well, he was in the middle of 3 and 4.
Just watching Alfred, he's kind of reeled in slowly, Joshua Gaiman, but his progress has kind of been slowed as of late. I saw him touch the wall in 1 and 2 there one time, and
yeah, he was saving. I think he was saving. He had a really good run. Obviously, we saw him kind of blast through everybody back there, and yeah, once he's gotten up to Gaiman, though, he just has not been able to close him down. So he's kind of in like a little air bubble where he just can't seem to kind of gain any on him.
Same thing with Wortman and Kevin Ruff. I think he's caught, Wortman's caught Kevin Ruff, but haven't been able to do anything. There's Victor Fluger right there behind him with Julio Villalobos. And Wayne Grasser with those fresh tires in between them.
Yeah, that's where it's going to get a little. The more you have pit guys going through. I mean, obviously we had the 43, the 7, the 19 has already came in for pits. They're going to have to kind of keep an eye on their mirror and pay attention to some of these guys with the faster, with the newer tires, because they are obviously going a lot quicker. This is going to be the key, though. If we continue with this green flag stops here, it's really. That's where this race can make it or break it for some of these guys. You know, you got to get in. We say it all the time. You got to get in that, get down to pit road. Make sure you're not speeding. Get in your box. Get your tires. Get out. Don't speed. You just got to have that flawless pit stop and try to get done as quickly as possible.
I tell you what, those guys with the fresh tires, they have to be so patient with those guys on old tires. It's so tough because you're so much faster. You run up on them real quick, and before you know it, you'll be in the back of them if you're not careful. And also, you can't really put those guys in a bad spot either. They don't have the tires to recover from being put in a bad spot. So it's tricky catching these guys on old tires, trying to work by them and not cause an issue. Just because it's so easy, as you see the 61 a game and get loose off the corner. That allows Nick Alfred
right by him. And there's the 43 with the new tires right behind him, just kind of giving him a little bit of room. I mean, he wants to go forward, but he's playing nice, which is what he's got to do. I mean, the only thing nice about having a little bit fresher tires compared to some of these other guys, you can possibly beat, you know, you can maybe get a little bit better run on exit and make the drag race. So that's really where you got to kind of set up your passes with some of these newer tire guys out there.
It's only a second and a half between Fetterplace and Alfred. So those guys have kind of closed in on Alfred, closed in on Fetterplace. So I don't think we're quite done here yet. Fetterplace is going to have a really, whenever they do decide to pit, if they decide to pit, he's got to really have a good stop. And if they don't decide to pit, he's going to hope that Alfred didn't leave a little in the tank for him to run him down here.
Well, Fetterplace ran a 29.8 that last lap, and so did Nick. And actually, Fetterplace ran a 29.875, and Nick ran a 29.881. So Fetterplace just a tick quicker.
Everybody's still out there running.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen any more takers, but I mean, I'm assuming they're going to have at least 50 laps of gas. So I mean, they can go late, but I mean, do you really want to go that late?
We've seen somebody stretch it to 65, although 70 feels like it's kind of a really tough.
Although you might be off throttle a little bit more in this track than some of the other tracks too. So I mean, it's kind of tough. I mean, the 1 and 2, the corner is so long, and again, you kind of have that double apex, so you might be able to save a little bit. I can't imagine doing the whole 70, but You know, I've
Well,
seen
I can't imagine
they've
doing that
surprised
on
us.
tires.
Well, right.
Tires alone, man, you're going to be stretching them things as far as you can. So, man, I'm interested to see, though, if it happens. You see the 61 Gaiman in the wall again off turn 2. He's struggling with some handling. He's falling off 2.2 seconds to our second place guy, Nick Alford. Once he got by, he's really falling off the pace.
Yeah. And I'm, again, going back to lap times there, Brandon Fetterplace, he actually ran a tenth quicker the previous lap. He ran a 30.0. Nick Alford actually ran 0.2 quicker that last lap. So they're kind of flip-flopping in the lap time category right now.
Well, he can see him. You know, it's only
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now 1.2 seconds. All of a sudden, Nick Alford picked it up a little bit here.
Well, if he can get into that magic 1 second window between the first place guy, he can maybe start pulling a little bit in the draft. And actually, he did. He picked up about 2 tenths that last lap. 29.7 to Brandon's 29.9. So Nick's definitely got a little bit left in the tank there as far as tire go right now. Does he have enough in the tank in the gas division? I'm not exactly sure, but the tire, he's looking pretty good right now.
I gotta assume he's used more gas to get through the field to get back up in the second.
It blows me away how you can be fast and save gas. I mean, we've seen it so many times with so many drivers, especially on road courses and whatnot, and it just I don't know how they do it. There is no virtual larger gas hose or anything like that like they used to do.
We got a battle for 7th between 18, JP Burns and Julio Villalobos. Villalobos in the wall. 18 of Burns going to get that position.
Yeah, JP took that over pretty easy there.
Got to watch the highest running driver that's stopped is what? Richie Coy in the 19. Still a lap down to these guys.
Yeah, Richie, Lewis, and Wayne are the only 3 that I've actually seen pit so far. And Lewis and Wayne both are 2 laps down, and Richie is only 1 lap down right now. Brian Bliss still out there. He is our lucky dog recipient if it does come out. Well, actually, no, Jeff Chandler just went a lap down.
Chandler,
he is in the pit.
Yeah, I was trying to get that out. Jeff Chandler in pit road. And actually, he's parked it. He's done for the night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jeff not having the night probably that he wants. It's a tough track combo right here. I can imagine that. I usually don't like finishing these races myself, but I was having good fun for the first 9 laps on Wednesday.
Don't start what you can't finish.
I'm just in the VR headset, and all of a sudden it goes black. I take off the VR headset, and everything else is black. I'm like, oh, I guess I don't have any power. And Fetterplace actually kind of increased that lead over Nick Alford there.
Donnie, we got 14 laps left here at Darlington. We have ticked them all. 14 laps, guys, to get it done here. Can they make it on fuel? Can they make it on tires? Can Nick Alford catch Fetterplace? Still a lot of questions to answer here for Darlington. Will there be a caution? Will it mix things up?
Well, I can only see a caution happen, and maybe some of these guys with a little bit faster tires, maybe just not getting around the guys with older tires. But making it on fuel, I'd be blown away. And then if we do, I mean, maybe somebody's going to come in and just take 2 tires if they need that little splash and go.
This Richie Coy with those fresh tires back in 14th spot, still 1 lap down to our leader. And 1 lap and then 1.5 laps behind our leader.
Yeah, him and Brian are the only 2 right now that are a lap down. We only have 13
another,
cars.
I tell you what, didn't look like it at the beginning of the race, but we're going to have another hot lap here as 1-2 finish here. Fetterplace and Alford on a tear here in the Victory Fuel Cup Series so far this season. 3 races straight. They run 1-2 once again. Those 2 have dominated the first 2 positions here.
Well, like we said that in the beginning of the broadcast. I mean, there's, Richie had his issues last week, too. They both kind of taken over for him in first place, pushed Richie back to 3rd. They're just continuing where they left off. And could you imagine if Tyler Bowers was still in this as well?
Yeah.
Because he was running really fast early on as well. So Yeah, they really got everything kind of locked down right now.
Just with Alfred, imagine where Alfred would be if he didn't have that missed shift at Coda.
I know.
He was having a good run at Coda and had that missed shift. Tonight was really none of his doing. He had the car in front of him wrecking. He just right there in front of him. But yeah, Coda with that blown engine, he'd be farther up in the points for sure. But trying to claw back and trying to chase that guy in front that's in front of him here tonight. Better place as we get 10 laps remaining here at Darlington.
It looks like he actually started to gain a little bit of ground here over third place. He's got it down to 1.3. He still has yet to get into that 1 second margin where he might be able to kind of sniff a little draft. Although Fetter Place has got a lot of lap traffic in front of him.
Fetter Place has got traffic in front of him here. It's going to slow him down just a little bit right there off the corner.
Yeah,
Jonathan Atkins going a lap down.
Yeah, Keith McMullen and Brian Bliss are in front of him as well. Casey now last guy on the lead lap in 12th. Biggie gives room to Brandon Fetter Place.
It's down to 1.1 seconds between first and second. Nick Alfred's starting to make up a little bit of time. And all it takes is one little slip off these corners and
I mean, Brandon's been on he looks like he's on a train track out there. I mean, he's not been out of shape at all.
Have a little bit of a slip. I think Alfred had a little bit of a slip off the corner right there off turn 4. Lost a little bit of time.
Yeah, well, Nick's last lap was a 30.1 compared to Fetter Place 30.1, so they're still running the same lap time. And he's still 1.2. I mean, he's actually closer now than he's been in the last probably 20 laps.
Alfred doing everything he can to make up time. Got 1 lap car in between the two. 7 laps. Going to be 6 laps to go as they hit the line here. Better Place leading. Nick Alfred in second. They have a 7.3 second gap on Joshua Gaiman back there to third.
Yeah, I mean that's getting it done. That's having a good setup. Maybe a lot of practice for the boys this weekend or this week, and they're total domination by this Hot Lap Heroes team. And I mean, not just tonight, but yeah, just the last couple of races.
This is going to be a workout for these guys, too. I mean, all this green flag racing around this track is not easy. Difficult trying to focus, trying to keep the car straight, trying not to have any issues off the corner, trying to keep it off the wall. It is a day of work for these guys for sure. So we get 5 laps to go. Better Place out front. It's 1.3 seconds back to Nick Alfred.
I think the first question is going to be, how much more gas did you actually have in this car? I'm blown away that they're able to actually do the 70-lap run here. Although this car does have the 5-speed transmission, and if you maybe kind of stop your shifting, that might increase your gas mileage a little bit too. I mean, that is the only good benefit of having the 5-speed on this car. You might be able to have that extra gear to just kind of hang in there and maybe save a little drop here and there.
Yeah, but you got to worry about that. Any change to your shifting is going to change the way you slow the car down into the corner as well, and that can affect your cornering and could throw you off kilter, off balance there into the corner, and could cause further issues.
Well, I'm curious. I'm gonna go into Nick Alfred's onboard cam here and see maybe if I can see him actually shifting at all still. Oh yeah, he did. He dropped down to 4. Yeah. Yeah, still definitely on in the shifting program. Better Place though, however. Okay, yeah, Better Place is they're still shifting. I'm blown away with the fuel mileage here.
You know, we talked.
Who would have thought?
We talked off camera before the race about this race being 400 miles or being shorter, 200 miles instead of 250 miles, as the Darlington 5 or the Southern 500 would be. And I think the guy up front's probably glad it's 200 miles, and the guy behind in second's probably wishing it was the 250-mile race.
Yeah, for sure. That would have been a little extra laps may have been the great equalizer, force that pit stop.
All
Hello.
right, he comes off
Yeah.
turn 4 for the white flag. 1 lap remaining here at Darlington for Brandon Fetterplace. Although the gaps come down under a second now with Nick Alford chasing him down. He's got 1 final lap to make here.
Yeah, he finally caught him to that 1 second. A little too late, though.
Down the backstretch for the final time. Fetterplace leading so many laps here tonight. Domination in the purest sense of the word. Here he comes off turn 4, the 34 of Brandon Fetterplace. He will win the Darlington 200 here at Darlington Raceway.
Yeah, another back-to-back for Brandon and Nick. 1-2.
3 races in a row. Those guys have finished first
Yeah.
and second. Joshua Gaiman comes across in 3rd spot. Solid run for Kevin Ruff in 4th. Tim Wortman finishes off in 5th. Victor Pfluger, J.P. Burns right there together. Villalobos is going to come home in 8th spot. 9th for David Duran and 10th for Wyatt Huntley. And your last car on the lead lap is the 11th place finisher, the 03 of Brian Dixon.
Yeah, good points for everybody right now.
What a crazy and probably exhausting race for these guys. And surely not what we expected. We expected more issues tonight. A nice, solid race for everybody involved. And we got this one over with. And the 34 Brandon Fetterplace is going to take home the trophy here tonight, burning them down on the front stretch. Let's look at our results here for the Darlington 200, the Victory Fuel Cup Series. Well, that doesn't look right.
I could do them if we need to.
That's wild. I think I know why. Hold on. There they are. Fetterplace getting it done tonight for Hot Lap Heroes. Another Hot Lap Heroes 1-2. Nick Alford finishing in 2nd spot. Joshua Gaiman bringing it home in 3rd spot. Nice rebound from him from starting from the rear up to 3rd place. Kevin Ruff finishing where he started in 4th spot, having a solid points night tonight, the number 99. Tim Wortman finishes in 5th spot. 6th place for the number 21 of Victor Pfluger. 7th spot for the 18 Toyota of J.P. Burns. Another solid finish for him. 9th spot for the number 45 of Julio Villalobos. David Duran having a solid finish, coming home P9, and the number 51. And 10th spot going to the 22 of Wyatt Huntley. 11th spot for the 03 of Brian Dixon. 1 lap down in 12th spot will be the 72. That is Casey McMullen. 13th going to the 1 of Jonathan Atkins. Richie Coy with those pit stops. He's going to finish in 14th spot. 15th for Lewis Maglin. And Wayne Grassi finishes in 16th place.
All right, Brian Bliss finishing 17th. Derek Katz 18th. Stephen Hollingsworth 19th. Jeff Chandler 20th. Cameron King 21. Mason Hoffner 22nd. Then you have James Torrey 23rd. Ben Tracy 24th. Rob Fitzpatrick Sr. 25th. Tyler Bowers 26th. And then Ryan Hunt finishing off the 27 car field. I'll tell you, hats off to these guys. They ran really good tonight. I mean, yeah, there was a couple little issues here. Very minimal cautions. We had couple guys taking that green flag stop action. They did a great race. I mean, saved some fuel too. I'm dying to hear about all that. And hats off to these guys. A tough track, tough race, and they made it a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, solid race for sure here at Darlington Raceway. These guys putting on the driving spectacle that you expect here for the Victory Fuel Cup Series. These guys, awesome job by everybody out here tonight. When we come back, though, we'll talk to our top 3 finishers, see what they have to say about tonight's event here at Darlington. We'll do all this on the other side of the commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
The best team.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
Back here at Darlington Raceway, finishing up the Darlington 200 for the Victory Fuel Cup Series here on Full Throttle Television. We're going to throw it over to our post-race show presented by Victory Fuel, of course. You guys know what to do. Victory Fuel, drinkvictory.com. Code FTSR. Let's throw it over here and let's see if we can talk to our top three finishers of tonight's event. And we'll start with our third place finisher, Mr. Joshua Gaiman. Josh, man, congratulations on the third place finish tonight, Josh. You like you were hanging on to it there about that second half of that last run there. But man, talk about how your race went and how difficult that track is out there.
Yeah, I mean the track's always a tough one. It's easily my favorite track though. Absolutely love racing here. Just man, I wish this car could do anything when you're behind somebody. It feels like all the way back to like a second and a half, and you're, just fighting to turn the car. That's pretty much what I struggled with. Is once Brandon got away from me a little bit and kind of broke a bit of a bubble there, it just started putting me in the wall basically, and the right front just fell apart after that.
It did seem like passing was difficult out there for sure, man. But listen, coming from the guy that came from the back to finish third place is going to complain about passing. Ah, come on.
Yeah, I know. The first half there, I really saved tire coming in through the stage there, probably like the first 10, 15 laps. And by that point, everyone definitely wore some of their stuff out a little bit, and I was able to pick cars off pretty well. Just once I got to the fast guys, it got, that much harder.
Yeah, I joke, of course, but man, it was great to see you kind of come through the field there. It wasn't without its moments, though, for sure. I mean, I think everybody kind of had a couple moments out there with this slick surface in this car that's kind of on edge. But man, just talk about coming through the field there, kind of passing those cars, trying to time your passes. I think Nick kind of snuck up on you on the outside there one time to make that pass for second, and it seemed like you really had to really set up your passes because it did seem like it was tough to pass out there.
For sure, it's a combination of the air and getting around other cars and it getting the car out of shape. But it's just a rough track because 1 and 2 is just such a awkward corner to get through with these cars. And really the easiest place to pass is coming down into 3. You can get up alongside a guy, and as long as you clear him, you're good to get on through down the front straight. But yeah, it really sucks whenever you get under a guy and then he gets the side draft on you, and then you got to drag race into 1 and hope you can send it in far enough.
Yeah, it's definitely a disc. We talked about all night how difficult it was out there and I think everybody did a really good job out there to keep it as clean as it was, because it's tricky racing side by side, like you said, going off in the corner, just hoping that your car is going to do what you want it to do. But everybody did a good job, and definitely you coming from the back to finish third. Third place is nothing to sneeze at here at Darlington for sure. Being on the podium, a solid run tonight, man. It's going to help you in points. Congratulations once again on your third place. I'm going to throw it to you, though, and let you do your shout-outs and your sponsor plugs.
Yeah, shout out to Jace Motorsports. It's been good to run with these guys and have people to bounce ideas off of throughout practice. You know, strategy throughout the race and stuff. You know, shout out to all the admins putting this all together, everyone that runs the show, and you guys up in the booth here. It's a lot of fun, and everybody for watching.
Definitely was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to watch you work through the field there, man. So congratulations once again on third place, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
There's your third place finisher, Joshua Gaming, in the number 61, getting it down here tonight. Third place for him. Tony, I believe you're standing by Mr. Second place. Probably the one that had the most adventures tonight, that 98 of Nick Alford.
Yeah, he sure did. The bridesmaid again this week. But man, you had a crazy race. I mean, you had a hell of a comeback too. And how did you have enough fuel? You and the team, and everybody else out there. I thought you guys would have ran out for sure.
No, I still had 6 laps left. It wasn't even close on fuel. I got my 5-lap warning on the white flag. But yeah, we started off nice 1, 2, 3 in qualifying, which was awesome. And then Tyler kind of had some internet issues and blinked a lot and appeared kind of like right in the wall and then right in front of me. So had about 37 seconds of damage from that. Got caught speeding on that caution or that stage, I should say, and then drove from the back to second, and I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, we saw that. We saw your teammate have that issue there. He blinked out for almost a few seconds. He comes back. He was a little loose. I guess he was having latency issues. He said in chat. I know you got the front nose damage. The damage looked pretty heavy, but then you were able to get it fixed up. We didn't realize though you had a pit road penalty on top of it, and I mean it was an awesome drive. I mean you were making great passes towards the end there, just kind of getting through the field, getting back in the top 10 and stuff, and by the time you hit second, by the time you got through game in there, you just kind of you were fighting your teammate, but it's like you just couldn't close into Brandon. Is there anything you probably could have done different? I mean, do you think maybe you burned up the tires at that point, or?
I mean, that's a strong possibility. I was driving it really hard through the field. I know track position here is really important. You get stuck behind, and really, because the only place to pass without making it really scary is 3 and 4. And hopefully you get it down the front straight and they give it to you. But I got pretty close to him, but I think he had a little bit more tire life left, and I'm happy with it. 1-2 with the way this race started. I have 0 complaints.
Well, yeah, I mean, 3 weeks in a row, 1-2. I mean, you still guys, you had the point lead going in. You're going to continue that point lead, kind of pulling away a little bit from Richie Coy as well. You were making some fantastic passes out there too. I mean, I think everybody's kind of struggling to get by some of those guys, and you go through one. Next lap, you go through the next one, and you just kept driving forward. And you were pretty much making it look easy out there. So yeah, definitely something to be proud of. And again, man, congrats on second. Congrats to the team. The floor is yours, dude.
Yeah, give it a shout out to Hot Lap Heroes as always. Premier Racing Setups for the wicked fast setups every week. And then shout out to the podcast, Fine Line Whiskey Podcast. It's available on Apple and Spotify.
That's right. Yeah, Fine Line Whiskey Podcast. I still have yet to check one out, but I'm gonna do my homework for next week because I have a feeling.
Come on, we got a good show last night. We put a good show on last night. So,
well, how's your short track? So, I mean, definitely. I have a feeling that we might be seeing you guys in Victory Lane again next week.
Oh yeah, we're pretty decent on short track. So, we'll not jinx it. Let's not jinx it.
All right. Well, you're not calling your shot, but again, congrats on the second and the team effort. And we'll see you next week, man.
All right, buddy.
All right, Mr. Brody. I believe you got our back-to-back winner here, Mr. Fairplace. Yes,
I did. I walked down to Victory Lane, and he's pretty easy finding his way to Victory Lane here. Last couple of weeks, two back-to-back, man. But this one was a dominating performance here for you. I know our pulsator had some issues there. It kind of opened the door up. Nick had his issues, and the hole just opened up, man. You just drove right through, drove off into the sunset, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, that was I like Darlington. I was really excited to come here. Um, I put in some time over the week running officials and stuff like that. So I knew, we had a little bit of speed, and I kind of in practice I found something. So all of us were kind of running the same set, and it was very disheartening to say the least that that happened in the beginning of the race, because honestly I had figured that all three of us were going to be near the front most of the race, unless something big happened, and unfortunately it happened.
Yeah, I had the issues with Tyler there, our pole sitter, having his issues. Caught Nick Alfred up, made his night very adventurous back there. Meanwhile, you're just up front, just kind of just holding serve, man. It looked pretty easy out there. I know it looked easy on the broadcast, but we talk about how difficult this track is and how difficult this car is. Did you have any moments where you're like, oh, did you have any of those whoopsie moments out there that we didn't catch on the broadcast?
Oh yeah, I mean, this track, especially after the last update, has gotten so much more difficult to drive in these cars. There used to be a lot of throttle time last year here, and this race there was a lot of off throttle time. There was a lot of partial throttle. I mean, you really had to modulate what you were doing. Any big movements in your steering wheel or gas pedal, you were pretty much either pushing tight to the fence or you were going to be wrecking loose. So it was definitely very adventurous. I had a moment there with a lap car, which I wasn't too happy about, but that happens. And so, they're trying to race to stay on the lead lap, and I'm trying to get around them.
We did catch that too. Yeah, that was a moment for sure. We were holding our breath as well, trying to see how that worked out, and luckily it kind of resolved itself there. But great job keeping you cool there, man. Yeah, I mean this track is a tough track, and we talked about how tough this racing is. You guys have to be wore out a little bit after that.
Yeah, I'm currently trying to wipe the sweat off of myself because I'm pretty tired. There's a lot of wheeling that goes into these cars, especially here at Darlington. This track is super tough. I'm not sure if you were able to see all that on the broadcast, but it looked pretty eventful from behind the wheel.
Well, I won't lie; it looked pretty easy from up here. It looked like you had a Sunday evening drive out there, man. But I guess it just goes to show the performance you guys have and the practice you guys put in. Obviously, it paid off here tonight. I'm going to throw it to Tony there. Let Tony have a few words here.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see any struggle at all, especially out of your car tonight. I mean, when you got that lead, when you were kind of handed that lead from your teammates there, you didn't look back. I don't know even if you were looking back. And really, when you were catching that lap traffic, I almost thought you were just going to say, you guys can stay on the lap, or you could stay on the lead lap because you weren't even really in position to get by them. But I know the race car mentality. You got to get by those guys, and I don't know, man. The car looked like it was on a rail. Congratulations back to back. Again, just another great night for you and the team.
Yeah, I originally wasn't thinking about. I was kind of gonna sit there. But like you said, the racer mentality. I'm watching the relative, and I'm seeing them catch me behind. I had a 2-second lead or something like that, and I was watching that drop, and I thought, well, I kind of want to get going. I know I need to take my time, but I kind of want to get going because, it just takes one mistake from one of those guys that I'm trying to lap, or even myself, just trying to stay behind them. And all of a sudden I would have been swallowed up and wouldn't have had that stage win.
Well, we heard on the, go ahead.
Was it Kevin? Was it Kevin that said, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
We ain't going to catch you or something.
And I'm like, well, you just reeled me in half a second, so.
You can't trust those guys, man. They say all kinds of things. You can't trust that.
I can't even trust my teammate. He was trying to get me to talk to him because every time I would key up on the button, I would lose time. I would be like almost half a second slower. So anytime I ran up mid-30, it was because I was trying to talk to him on the radio.
Those teammates, when you got friends like that, who needs enemies, right?
Yeah. Right. So that's the secret plan of him trying to catch you.
Right.
Well, I'm just wondering too. I'm still blown away with the fuel mileage, and maybe because of that off throttle, like you were saying, it was probably led to it. Because I didn't think these cars could do over 70 laps.
What helped us out tonight was the huge fall off. So with the fall off comes, longer lap times, come less fuel. So, I mean, I was taking a green flag, I was almost a full lap to the good, and at the end there, I was 4 laps to the good. So we had that much fall off that it really didn't matter. Unless we had another caution, maybe.
That's a good point. That's a really good point to bring up. I didn't talk about the extra off throttle. I guess give you a little extra fuel. We were wondering because we saw some of the guys peel off and pit about halfway. I was like, surely they got to pit. Nope, I guess not. You guys had that covered as well, man. You guys have been on a tear for the last 3 weeks. You guys won 2 in the last 3 weeks. I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to catch you, but you do have a little bit of a speed bump coming up. We got 3 short track, I would call short tracks in a row. We got Bristol, we got Rockingham, we got Martinsville, Rockingham, and I can't remember what order they're in. But you got those 3 tracks coming up. Are you guys looking at those as opportunities, or are you looking at more of a survival?
Definitely Martinsville is going to be survival. I haven't been the strongest at Martinsville. I know I've had a little bit of good luck in the past seasons here at Martinsville, but really, I don't. I don't really understand how to keep the speed for as long as they are, and it's very physically demanding. Because it's such a short track. On the brakes, off the brakes, on the brakes, off the brakes, and it's so it gets a little tiring. So I'm definitely gonna have to put the work in to hopefully finish decent there. But yeah, once we get past the short track, we'll try to get back in it.
For sure, man. Well, we look forward to it, and we'll see what you guys can do here in the next couple of weeks. So far, so good for the last 3 weeks, man. So congratulations once again. You got the team rolling for sure. You guys are on a roll for sure. And you're on a roll 2 in a row. We're going to go for 3 in a row next week. We'll see what happens, man. So I'm going to throw it to you, let you do your shout outs and your sponsor plugs.
Oh, man. Thank you. First and foremost, High Lap Heroes. Hey, every week, these guys are the greatest. They're just so much fun to race around and be around. And, all the things that we do to help each other, it's fantastic. So big thanks to them. Thanks to Premier, obviously. With their super fast setups that we get every single week. They just make me look like I know what I'm doing out here. Thanks to y'all for the broadcast. Thanks for everyone that watches the broadcast. Thanks to all the league sponsors, admins, everyone who makes this happen every week. And we'll go get them next week.
Absolutely. I mean, I appreciate it. I look forward to see what you guys can come up with for Martinsville. It should be a lot of fun, man. But enjoy it tonight. Enjoy your win. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
There's your winner tonight, the 34 Brandon Fetter Place, getting it done here at Darlington. And Tawny, those Hot Lap Heroes, that train is rolling down the track. Somebody's going to have to put a stop to that.
Well, I don't want to be standing on the tracks when that train's coming for one. But they may need a name change. I mean, all lap heroes, because they're not out there hot lapping. They're getting it done for a whole 147 laps, and the previous race, and the previous race, and probably the next race. So they're showing some pretty impressive speed out there and very impressive consistency. So these guys better start bringing their pencil sharpener and start sharpening up their pencils, and maybe get out there to try and compete. This has been domination so far.
We definitely have some storylines. Hot Lap Heroes on a charge. They're pretty hot right now. I guess the name's fitting. Can the 61, yep. Joshua Gaiman and that group, can they step up their game and maybe find a little extra speed and be a contender? We handle the short tracks. Does somebody else step up and dominate the short track runs the next couple of weeks? Can Richie Coy get back on track? He started up as our points leader, has fallen by the wayside week after week. Can he get back on track? He's having a rough stretch of it. And you got all these guys through so many storylines.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun to follow, especially through the short track stage, because there's a lot that can happen on a short track. You do not want to miss it. As a matter of fact, next Monday night, you can find Martinsville Speedway here on Full Throttle Television. They'll be at Martinsville. Should be a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. Love short track racing, and it can always be a little chaotic as we head to Martinsville.
Yeah, it was tight this week. It's going to be much tighter next week, and we'll see what these guys can do. I know we got some short track ringers out there too, so this might be their way to maybe kind of propel themselves and maybe steal something from these hot lap guys.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. You can catch it again next Monday, 9 p.m. You do not want to miss it. Make sure to tune in and be here to see all the exciting action from Martinsville. But that's going to do it for us here at Darlington Raceway. The Darlington 200 in the books. Brandon Fetter plays your winner. We'll see you next Monday night from Martinsville Speedway. Grab a hot dog. We'll see you there.